Okay, hey guys, I'm gonna be, ignore the ads, because I can't really close them. I'm gonna be ranking the Forsaken characters. We go from survivalists to supports to sentinels to two-time. Okay, so we're gonna start off with Noob. Now, Noob, he's a decently good character, and he has Bloxy-Colas that speed him up, Slate Skin Potions that up his defense slash HP for a couple of seconds, and then a Ghost Burger, which makes it so he cannot have any outlines, and he's partially invisible. And he can't be seen by, like, minions of, like, Cool Kid and 1X. So he seems decently good if you put him in the right hands. So I'm going to put him at B tier, personally. Because he's hard to, like, get used to. But if you're able to get used to him, then he's good. Anyways, so now we're going to go to 007 and 7. And he is pretty good. But a huge problem I have with him is that if you, like, mess up your clone or cool GUI, then you get, like, heavily punished. Well, not all the time with clone, but, like, you get heavily punished if you miss an attack. Not an attack, an ability. And I like the fact that you can just, like, change. I like the fact you can change your clone's direction instead of it just, like, walking in random directions. And that's pretty nice. And I don't know if I want to put him at... Hold on, I'm going to put him at high B tier. Because I sort of want to put him in, like, the middle of A and B. So, yeah. Then we have Builderman. Now, Builderman is basically building is actually, like, really hard to, do. Because if you're able to build something in the start of the round, that's nice. But if you, like, wait to try and find a good spot to build something and the killer catches up to you, and he, like, punishes you with a walk speed overdrive or something, then that is bad. And the dispenser is good for healing, and the sentry is good for, like, slowing down the killer, and either have them walk through it, which means the survivor gets ahead of the killer for a bit, or, like, they have to slow down to stop the sentry. And if you put sentries at heights, then they can, like, reach the killer from up. So I'm probably going to put him in A. Like, we'll say, like, high B, low A, but we're going to put him in A, so it's more... Yeah, basically. Okay, now we have Elliot, who, before I explain, I'm just going to probably put him in S. Because he's pretty good, if I'm being honest. He can heal his other survivors, and let's say, like, there's a... Like, this guy's at 4%. You could heal him, and then he could easily last, like, endgame. You just have to be smart with it. And that is a very good thing, because, like, let's say he dies, but you're not a very good, like, looper as Elliot. Then you lose, probably. And did I mention how you can just, like, if someone does a good amount of generators and then you give them a pizza, it will give them like a ton more HP than usual. And another thing, you can see, also this is just one ability I'm explaining, I'm not even explaining the second one yet. You can see, like if a survivor gets damaged for like 15% of their health, I think you can like see where they are with a yellow outline for 4 seconds. So therefore you can run to them, give them pizza, and then run back to where you were. And if the killer starts chasing you because of that, that's where we tie into our second ability, Rush Hour. And it gives you speed free for 3 seconds, which can help you get away from killers very fast. And every time you give someone a pizza, it has a 20-second cooldown, but every time you give someone a pizza, the ability regens. When I first was playing him, I thought that it was just a one-time use ability. Because since I was new, my games usually consisted of give someone pizza, use Rush Hour, die. But nowadays, he's definitely more convoluted and amazing. So if you play him right, then he's definitely S tier. But if you don't play him right, then low A tier. Or maybe even B tier if you're that bad. But in my opinion, S tier. Now we have Tap. And Tap is like meh. He's definitely my lowest level character because I've played him like once and I got him to level 2. Like, and even I got 2 times a higher level than him. But yeah, so I'm probably just going to put him at B without explaining much. But the tripwire shows where the killer is for like a couple seconds, and slows down the killer while you can see them on the map. And then they also have like a trip mine that if the killer steps in it, it gives subspaced free and helpless. And any survivors in that range also get the same abilities. Not abilities, effects. Now, we have Dusakar, and the reason that I said that Tap is my lowest level character is because I actually played as him. This guy I've literally never played as. I just bought him for that one achievement. So I'm going to just put him as D, but I've seen people play as him. And basically, he has like a thing that gives the killer slowness 2 for like 2 or 3 seconds. And then he has a thing that like bubbles one of the survivors for like 10 seconds or something. Like, if you want more Dusakar explanation, go to another YouTube video. But yeah, now we have Chance. And I'm decently good with this guy, so I'm gonna probably be biased. But he is definitely an A tier for me. He has 4 abilities. First of all, coin flip. The main premise of this character, if you flip it, I don't know the actual odds, so I'm gonna just say 25 and 75. You have a 25 chance to get 1 charge on your gun and 1 charge on your reroll, and you have a 75% chance to get weakness 1, and it can stack. So you can get like weakness 50, which is an achievement. But if you get a charge on your gun, you can shoot it and it can stun the killer, or it could explode, or it could just jam. But the more charges on your gun, which you can have free at most, give 20%. And it's a 50% chance to hit, so if you have free charges on your gun, then it's a 90% chance to hit. And that's like really good, because I have milestone 1 with him, and in my time of playing, I've only exploded like 5 times once I learned about the trick about free charges. So, yeah, I'm probably going to put him as A. His reroll ability messes with his max HP. Sometimes it's like the worst ability ever, and sometimes it's like really good. And then Hatfix just removes all the weakness, and if your gun explodes, gives you your gun back. But yeah, that's basically Chance. I didn't go as much as an explanation as Elliot, because I didn't put Chance in S tier, but yeah, Chance is definitely A tier. No, I'm going to put him higher than Builderman, actually. Actually, yeah, I'm going to just, hold on. Okay, yeah. Guess now. Now, the Sentinel is good, but I've played against a good amount of him as killer. And let's say that there's a Jean Doe, and you go up to the guest. You use Corrupt Energy, and the guest blocks, and then you hit the guest. That's, like, huge punishment. But if you're able to actually hit the block, you get a punch. And the punch stunts the killer for, like, 3 seconds. Maybe 4. And you also have a charge ability, which, if you hit, gives you resistance for, like resistance 5 for 1 second. And also knocks the killer back a bit. And what else does it do? Oh yeah, if you miss it, it gives you slowness 2. So you can't just use it as like a running away tool that much. So I haven't played as most of these characters, but I'm planning to play as all of them. So I've got this guy only to like level 6, so I'm gonna put him at like B, I guess. The block is extremely like unforgiving. But now we have Sledgeski, and I'm probably going to put him in the middle of Builderman and Chance. Most people think he's like an S tier, but the sword is really punishable. Because thy sword, if you miss, you get slowed for a couple of seconds, like slowed a ton. Which means, let's say you're going against like a Jason. They could easily hit a gashing wound. And that would do like 50% of your health just because you pressed Q at the wrong time. Or something else. I don't know what device you play on. And that would be like extremely punishing just for like one ability. But if you hit it, then it's extremely amazing. And he's sort of like Elliot, except he's like Elliot but more of a survivalist instead of a support, because he has a chicken leg that he can use like every 70 seconds that heals himself for 40, which is basically like Elliot's throw pizza ability if it was eat pizza, which is nice. I have played as this character, but not too much. Like, I think they're level 10. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna just probably, yeah. And now we have 2 time, which I made a special tier for down there. Now, instead of just not saying anything, I'm gonna actually explain him and why he is like sort of good early on. You'll see what I mean. Basically, terrible before he gets the rework, but he's sort of meant for people who aren't the best at running away from the killer. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you're a Dusakar and you're like running from the killer, but you never stop. So you run out of stamina, and then the killer catches up to you, and you get hit for a good like 30 damage. Or maybe even more if you're unlucky. But 2 time, he helps you like learn how to have good stamina management and stuff like that. Or maybe if you're just better, you would learn that while playing other characters. And his ability. Also, I'm going to just rank this guy bad before the rework. But his ability is he has a second life that is debuffed. Like, extremely debuffed for the first 10 seconds. But after that, it's not that debuffed. And now I have, like, barely seen any 2-time footage. Because I usually don't spectate 2 times. But I'm pretty sure whenever you go into an LMS, /Last Man Standing, you get buffs if you haven't used your second life by then. I'm not really sure. But he could be decently good if you're running away from the killer. And this is before he gets, like, abilities and stuff, because I heard he's going to get a rework, which means he's going to be better. So, yeah. That is it. This is my Forsaken tier list. What are you talking about, C?